Following the death of Edward the Confessor, England fell into a bitter power struggle. Harold Godwinson was quick to seize power, though the King of Norway, Harald Hardrada, felt Hastings, 1066. The Saxon King Harold takes up a strong defensive position on Caldbeck Hill. William's favored son, Rufus, moves into position to guard the rear of the Norman army.
This is Rufus, your general on the battlefield. He is accompanied by an entourage of the finest Norman knights. Left click on his... Your general is your most important unit. He commands your armies on the battlefield, giving them strength and courage to fight. You can move your armies around by right-clicking where you want them to go. Right-click on the highlighted area to move Rufus there. You will notice that your general has moved, but your view has not. Use the number pad on the keyboard to move your view of the battlefield. 5 and 2 will move it forward and back, 4 and 6 will move it sideways, and 1 and 3 will rotate. You can zoom in and out and tilt your view. The panel at the bottom of the screen shows a map of the battlefield, an indicator of your progress in the battle, controls for the pace of the battle, your general and troops, as well as options and commands for your selected forces. You can also select your units by left-clicking on them. Double left-clicking on a unit card centers your view on that unit. To get your unit somewhere quickly, double right-click on a location. Order your cavalry to run by double right...
Archers!
You can change your unit speed of movement by pressing the Unit Speed toggle button on the bottom right panel. Try this now to order your cavalry to slow down. Sometimes it is necessary to run on the battlefield. However, making your troops run too often will tire them out quickly. Order your troops to march long distances and only run when you are near your enemy. You can press the Stop Current Orders button on the bottom right panel to remove all current orders from your selected units. You can easily select all your units on the battlefield now that all your units are selected. You can order your units to move into formation by holding down the right mouse button and dragging out a line on the terrain where you want them to move.
Units, double time!
Each of your units proudly bears the Norman banner. You can easily recognize your men on the battlefield by this banner. Different types of units have differently shaped banners. You can also select a unit by clicking on their banner. You can easily deselect your selected units by pressing Enter. Some Saxon reinforcements have arrived. You must stop them from crossing the river and flanking the Norman army. Use your archers first, so you can weaken the Saxon infantry as they move your mouse cursor over the approaching Saxons and right-click. When your archers are firing on the enemy, a bow and arrow icon appears on the top left of their unit card. When you order your archers to fire, they will move into range and then attack. Your armored sergeants are your best melee fighters. Select these spearmen now and attack the Saxons. To attack, mouse over the Saxons and right-click when your cursor changes to a sword. If your archers fire on a unit that is in melee with your own unit, your unit will take friendly fire from your archers. Select your archers and press the halt button to stop them firing.
Halt!
You can zoom in on the action by using the mouse wheel. Try zooming in. While your units are engaging the enemy, move your mouse cursor over your units or the enemy units for feedback on their status. You can find out who is winning and how each unit is faring. Now select your cavalry and double right-click on the enemy to run them down.
Assemble the men!
William has called for you to join the main battle. The end of the battle is at hand, and the next few moments will determine the fate of England. First, you need to move your army into the main battle. Press Ctrl-A to select all your units, or hold down Ctrl and click each unit card. Then right-click on the far side of the crossing to move your units there. When you have ordered your troops to move a long distance, you can increase the game speed to get... When your troops are nearing their destination, press the slower button twice to return the battle to normal speed. Otherwise, you might miss important events in the battle. William has given the order for your troops to fall into line with the rest of the Norman army. Now order your spearmen to move into the second row.
Spearmen! Move quickly!
Then move your cavalry into the third row. Now order your general to fall in behind your troops. Some of William's army have broken away and are fleeing. Units rout on the battlefield when their morale becomes very low. Morale decreases when units become tired, when their chance of success is low, or if the general dies. The Saxon peasants have broken rank and are charging at us. They have seen our fleeing men and have made themselves vulnerable. Now is the time to attack. William has ordered all archers to fire at the approaching peasants. Select your archers and fire at the nearest peasant.
Charge!
Your fine Norman archers will make short work of these peasants. Use your archers to fire on enemies as they approach, but remember, not to engage them in melee.
Ready!
Now run your armored sergeants in to finish off those peasants. These spearmen are highly skilled in melee and are well suited to close combat. Remember to stop your archers firing on the enemy, or your spearmen will suffer unnecessary casualties.
Spearmen! Attack! Archers! Spearmen! Charge! Archers! Halt!
Without the peasants, the Saxon shield wall is broken and their position is weak. Order your archers to fire into the Saxon infantry now.
Charge!
King Harold has been caught by an arrow. The Saxon king is slain. His men have lost hope and they are fleeing. Use your cavalry to chase down the routing troops. Your cavalry are fast and will catch the infantry easily. The fewer men you leave alive, the fewer you will have to deal with later. The small map on the bottom left of the screen shows the location of all the units in the battle. You can use this map to easily locate your men and the enemy. Your units are green, allied units are blue, and enemy units are red. You can double left-click a location on the map to move your view there immediately. Harold's most brave and loyal troops, his Huscarls, are still standing to fight. Help William finish them off and be done with this bloody day.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.